Hello, this is Japanese Economic Review Channel. Welcome to today's presentation on Japan's macroeconomic health for January 2026. Today we will unpack the preliminary results of the monthly labor survey from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, exploring key trends in wages, working hours, and employment. Let's start with a high-level overview. In January 2026, nominal cash earnings rose by a solid 3.0% year-on-year to 301,314 yen. Meanwhile, total employment grew by 1.2% to 51.79 million, and total actual working hours saw a slight dip of 0.1%. Notably, real wages achieved a positive growth of 1.4%. A critical milestone this month is the growth of real wages. Driven by a 3.0% nominal wage increase, it successfully outpaced the Consumer Price Index, which stood at 1.7%. This resulted in a 1.4% real wage growth, signaling a genuine restoration of purchasing power for Japanese workers. Looking closely at the 3.0% nominal growth, base pay grew steadily by 3.0% to 269,198 yen. Additionally, overtime pay increased by 3.3%, and special or bonus payments saw a robust 3.8% rise. This broad-based growth across all components underscores a healthy momentum in corporate compensation. When we segment the workforce, general workers saw a 3.3% increase in total cash earnings, averaging 389,218 yen. Part-time workers also experienced growth, with earnings rising 2.6% to 111,923 yen. Both segments are benefiting from the upward wage pressure. A key insight emerges in part-time hourly rates, which surged by 3.7% to 1,447 yen. This outpaces their total earnings growth of 2.6%. This discrepancy suggests that while hourly pay is significantly higher, part-timers are working fewer hours, reflecting an evolving and tight labor market. Sectoral performance reveals clear leaders. The finance and insurance sector skyrocketed with a 10.4% wage increase, fueled by a massive 154.6% spike in special payments. Electricity and gas followed with a 6.4% rise, while information and communications maintained solid growth at 3.4%. Conversely, some sectors are lagging. The accommodations, eating, and drinking services sector saw virtually flat growth at 0.9%, dragged down by falling special pay. Medical, healthcare, and welfare, as well as education, also posted modest gains below the national average. Looking at working hours, total actual hours worked decreased slightly by 0.1% to 128.3 hours. General workers log 152.5 hours, while part-timers log 76.1 hours. This data demonstrates that the current wage growth is occurring alongside slightly reduced overall working time. Japan's workforce composition continues to shift. Total employment grew by 1.2% to 51.79 million. Part-time workers now make up 31.71% of the workforce, an increase of 0.28 points from the previous year. This growing reliance on part-time labor highlights structural changes in employment models. Labor mobility provides further context. The total hiring rate stands at 1.35%, while the separation rate is 1.59%. Notably, the part-time labor market remains highly fluid, with hiring at 2.25% and separation at 2.39%, indicating competition for talent at the lower end of the wage spectrum. To control for sample changes, we look at common establishments surveyed in both years. Here, structural cash earnings grew by a solid 1.9%. Crucially, part-time worker growth in these establishments outpaced general workers, 3.3% versus 2.0%, confirming the strong wage pressure for part-timers. Placing Japan in a global context, our real wage growth of 1.6%, when using the comprehensive CPI for international comparison, aligns well with major Western economies. Japan has successfully returned to positive real growth alongside the United States and European nations, remaining globally competitive. For transparency, this survey reflects a robust sample of 22,619 responding establishments. Real wages are calculated using an index excluding imputed rent to reflect actual purchasing power. Part-time workers are defined as those with shorter scheduled hours or fewer working days. In conclusion, January 2026 shows a restored purchasing power with nominal growth breaching inflation. The part-time premium is evident as a tight labor market pushes the wage floor up. However, uneven industry recoveries persist. Overall, Japan's macroeconomic health shows resilient improvements. Thank you for watching the Japanese Economic Review. We look forward to having you with us again.